So guys, you probably saw this coming, so let's just talk about the elephant in the room. This will be the final episode of the ARK Survival Ascended Scorched Earth series, and I just want to take a few minutes of your time to kind of explain this decision and talk about what's coming to the channel here in the future. So a couple days ago, I put out an update video explaining why I've been a bit MIA from the channel. It's been about a week, maybe a week and a half since putting up the last upload, and since then, it's pretty much been radio silence. If you guys haven't watched that video, and if you've been invested in the channel as much as you are, I would assume if you're watching this, I can assume you're pretty invested in my content. I would suggest watching that because I do go into full detail on what's been going on in my life, and I'm just going to give you a quick little synopsis right now. Don't worry, guys, it's all good stuff. It is absolutely awesome. I am that much closer to getting my North Carolina real estate license, and my girlfriend and I are pre-approved for a house. So a lot of my time has been dedicated to not only studying and getting towards and that much closer to my real estate license, but also looking at houses. And unfortunately, at this point, I just don't have as much time to dedicate to the channel as I used to. And admittedly, like I said in that video, I didn't have a lot of time to begin with, and now I'm cutting it even more short. But trying to juggle 3 series at once is just not feasible at the end of the day. So I formally have made the decision to not only cut this series, but also the Island series, and also the completing the ARK series on ARK Survival Evolved. It definitely pains me to say it. I do not enjoy doing these kind of videos, but ultimately, guys, I hope you understand that there's just bigger priorities in my life right now, and although I love the channel, I love making content for you guys, I do have to focus on my career and future as opposed to the channel. Now, I know this sounds like I'm leaving the channel, I'm quitting YouTube. Guys, I can assure you I'm not. I just need to downsize. That's ultimately what this is. And the plan is that we will only be doing the center series. It will be 1 series per time just to make it a lot easier for me to put out content. Of course, there's variables that I talk about in the update video, and like I said, if you guys are invested in me and my content, I highly suggest watching that, because I do go into kind of details of what-if situations, you know, but for right now, just to keep it nice and clean and nice and short and sweet for you guys, that's it, you know. The best I could tell you guys is I am in a really good place right now. This does not come out of burnout. This does not come out of not enjoyment of the game or anything. It's just I have bigger priorities right now, and I hope, although some of you may disagree and although some of you may be frustrated, I hope you can at least understand my situation and at least appreciate that I'm trying to be as straightforward as possible with you guys on kind of what's going on. One thing I will mention, and I believe I mentioned this in the Island series, and I do believe Scorched Earth is kind of the same way, I will admit that making content for the Island and Scorched Earth here on Ascended is not that it's not enjoyable and not that it's tough, but it is genuinely a little bit harder when I do feel like this game's a bit of a carbon copy. I know in the beginning, and I'm not trying to bash Wildcard or anything, so I hope that's not the way it's been taken. I just want to kind of explain my thoughts and everything, which is, although they've made some significant changes to the Island visually and Scorched Earth visually, it's ultimately the same game, guys. Mods definitely help, but mods cannot build this game, and I don't know. I think there's a lot of you that kind of feel the same way, that it's, as a content creator, personally, it just feels a little bit tough to keep series going that you feel like you've just done again in the past, which I have on ARK Survival Evolved. So the good news is, with the center map coming out, that is going to be a fresh, brand new start, because I've never completed the center. I've never even went for artifacts, I don't believe, on the center. So that's going to be a brand new experience, and that series that I did on the center was a really, really enjoyable one. It was at an interesting point in my life where we were in the process of moving from Jersey to North Carolina, and it was kind of this whole closing one chapter and opening up a new one. And although that series didn't complete because of circumstances, because of me trying to rush out the videos as much as I could to cover the time that I was going to be away from the move and everything, nevertheless, I really enjoyed the center, and I always felt like that it needed a major TLC. And of course, now with Ascended, we're getting that. So I'm really, really excited about that, guys, and I'm really excited to get back into the swing of things, but ultimately, I just need to downsize a bit, and that's really what it comes down to. I hope you guys understand. Like I mentioned before, you may be frustrated, you may not agree with this decision, but at least I hope you understand that this, to me, right now, feels like the best move we can make for the channel in order for it to grow. So that's going to wrap this one up for the final time here on ARK Survival Ascended, Scorched Earth. Maybe in the future we'll come back to it. Probably way later down the line we'll do a completing ARK series with the Island, Scorched Earth, Aberration, Extinction, you know, the whole nine. But for now, guys, at least for the foreseeable future, that's going to wrap this episode up. That's going to wrap this series up, and that's going to wrap up ARK Survival Ascended, Scorched Earth. I know we didn't complete the series, but I hope you guys had a blast watching it because, yeah, I had a blast making this series, but, you know, I think it's time to just kind of turn the page and move on to bigger and better and brighter things. That's going to wrap up this video. That's going to wrap up the series, guys. Thank you guys so much for all your support during this time, and, well, I'll see you all on the center map. I think June 4th it comes out, something like that, and I'll see you soon. Have a good one, everyone.